Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Breaking news that Elon Musk has just disclosed to the Wall Street Journal that he plans to take Twitter public again via IPO in as little as 3 years. That means Elon Musk believes he can turn Twitter around, make it better, grow profits, make it substantially more profitable, and get an open source algorithm for the good of humanity in just 3 years, because you probably wouldn't IPO before that. And that also begs the question of, holy smokers, how can we keep our hands on some Twitter shares? Because I wouldn't be surprised if that IPO ends up at like a 2 or 3x the valuation we've got today, given that we're A, in a crappy poopy doopy market right now, and B, we hopefully won't be in 3 years, and C, it's probably going to turn the company around. And with that said, we have an idea in how potentially retail could participate with Elon Musk. It's actually an idea we talked about this morning in our live stream. It's an idea that we talked about on Twitter with Ross Gerber, who came up with the idea. And folks, here it is. Elon Musk replied to Ross Gerber yesterday and said that, hey, will we be able to keep our Twitter stock? And Elon Musk said, we'll do our best. So to that, Ross Gerber replied, we need a tracking stock or a holding company that's public. We represent a legion of Tesla investors that would want to invest in Twitter with new management. And that's true. Like, I would love to invest in Twitter with new management. And I want to make this very clear. Right now, the upside for Twitter is really limited at $54.20. So if you're buying the stock at $50, your upside's $4.20 if the deal goes through. If the deal doesn't go through, then you could see it go all the way back down to $35, $36. That's a substantial decline, maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 20%. So you're risking a 20% decline for, or potentially even 30% decline, depending, for maybe a 10% profit. Again, deal doesn't go through because the SEC or the FTC or the FCC or whatever comes in and blocks this because the Biden administration forces it, then you get some big problems, right? So the upside has this ceiling. But if Elon Musk lets individuals keep some shares of Twitter, then that ceiling gets removed. The problem is if you're trying to take a company private, usually you're not going to want to exceed 2,000 shareholders. So what did we talk about yesterday, which in my opinion could actually be a huge boon, and I highly recommend you retweet this if you potentially want to even remotely see this happen. Okay, so here's what you do. So I tweeted this and I talked to Ross about it after I tweeted it. And Ross is like, we got to figure out how to make this happen because it's like perfect for retail. So I go, what if we partner / make a retail holding company? So you make a shell corp, like a C corp, and then basically you buy a large slice of Twitter. Elon Musk would really, in that case, just have one extra shareholder. You'd have the corporation. That would be an extra shareholder. That holding company could essentially then represent $200 to $500 million worth of retail capital. Maybe you're like, I want to put 20 grand in. I want to put 100 grand in. Maybe you're accredited. Maybe you're not, right? And so what you do is, first of all, you need somebody like to actually pay all the freaking attorney costs and go through the 3 to 9 months of regulatory hell to do it. But anyway, basically you could raise the fund as both Reg A and Reg D, so that way non-accredited investors can get in up to about 75 mil, which means you could put in, $1,000, $500, whatever, and accredited investors could get in as well via Reg D. Now, there are no plans of this, right? So this is just like theorizing right now. But anyway, this is something that we were just thinking about. Whether it's us who does it or somebody else, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that it sounds like Elon's interested in giving some folks some opportunity to invest in Twitter, and a structure like that, probably something like that, would be a really good idea. That way, Elon has limited shareholders, but could still give retail shareholders that sort of exposure. Because here's the reality, is I think Elon Musk is getting a wedge deal, right? I think he's buying Twitter, kind of overpaying for it the way it looks right now, because we see it as such a fixer-upper. But he knows he can fix it up so inexpensively, cut so many costs, that when it's done, the market value of Twitter will probably be 2x what it is, what Elon's paying for it, assuming the renovations go through the way we expect. So it's kind of very interesting. So anyway, feel free to retweet that if that's something you were interested in. Anyway, and no guarantees. I mean, freaking Elon Musk never replies to any of my tweets, and it's totally fine. Like, I'm not expecting that I deserve replies here. Just like, just saying. The Elon replies can tend to be a little sporadic and like all over the place. It's kind of entertaining.